You're on mute, mate.
You're
You're
on,
on
Chris.
mute.
Chris, you're on mute.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Sorry about that. Welcome to the NUFC Insiders. Welcome to a new show. I hate that it's happened to me twice already in the past weekend. So, welcome everybody to the show. We are back with the NUFC Insiders, and we got this layout, but we will change it back to the regular one. I just want to show you a few things. I just want to say I'm really thankful of you guys and how you guys have turned up to the channel, really supporting. We're just going to show like last week, 338 people turned out for the fans forum, 619 people for the insiders debate show. After that, we got the Once Upon a Time podcast as well for members. But we did the preview, 295 people, amazing. We did the sit down show with Pete from the Loaded Mag, 600 people turned out for that one. And then we did the match reaction as well after the match, 517 people. So listen, it's been amazing. Oh, and the American Magpies, we gotta show love for the American Magpies. 287 people as well for that one. So listen, I'm delighted. I really appreciate your support, 100%. It's just been nothing short of amazing. So I appreciate it for your continuing support. Smash the like button, subscribe if you're new, and yeah, we're gonna keep growing this Newcastle community. Is the main objective is growing Newcastle worldwide, and I want to show you the schedule. What we got as far as the schedule is concerned this week so far. Obviously, today we're live with the NUFC Insiders. Tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. UK, 3:30 p.m. Central Time, we will have the fans forum. You can come on and have your say. The link will be in the chat, and anybody can come on, have your opinion on what's going on with Newcastle United. Wednesday we will have a really late show, the brand new one, NUFC Insiders After Hours. So come join 11 p.m. and then we're gonna run on until whatever time it is. After that, we will have the Once Upon a Time podcast talking about the creation of Newcastle United, the merge and all that stuff. So it's going to be great with the Mighty Win. That's only for members. So if you're a part of the Magpies Assemble Ultimate tier, you should be able to enjoy that one live as well, or on the replay, which is this one actually. Thank you, Beer Biking just became a member, so I appreciate Beer Biking for becoming a member. Thank you for that, my brother. And it's going to be this one actually. Yes, we're going to talk about 1881 to 1903. Around that time. You can see I got Derek because he's right here in the background. If you can see him, he was right there in the background. The old guy.
He was there in 1881.
Yeah, he was alive in 1881. So he's gonna come on to give his story, his version of events. He's right there on the picture, man. He's the guy in the background. He was a little kid though. He was a young lad at the time, but he still remembers.
He was talking shit back in 1881 as well.
Exactly, man. Thursday, we will have the match preview of Arsenal Newcastle. And at the end of the week, we will have War George coming on the sit down this Friday at 9:30. I'm going Legend of the Tune, of course. A guy that's very well loved.
Played for the Tune, man. Played
for the Tune back in the day. Yes, sir. So we're gonna have him on, and he's going to tell a story. We're going to talk, as he calls himself, the one-eyed naval architect. He's going to be on the show. And obviously, I'm going to have my wife locked up because, he's a ladies' man. That's what he had told me. He had told me, you got to, as long as your wife stays off the chat, because she will leave you after she's in bed, man. Poor George.
In bed.
And then, of course, on Saturday.
She came and said hello to George before I was on Matters Fans Forum. And then after that, she was just like, "Oh, I think it's time to go to bed."
Yeah, that's one good looking man right there. You know what I mean?
Have you seen Roy Caviani's in the background? I think.
Oh, is he? Oh, let me welcome. Oh my goodness, we got so many people.
He is.
Super Fan Dan. We got Roy. And then, by the way, on Saturday we will have the Arsenal Newcastle match reaction, and I don't think we will have the American Magpies, Dan, because it's too late. The game is too late. They screwed us up. So yeah, we're gonna have to see, but it might show up. I do want to welcome Paul Clark, the Mighty Win, Derek, Mason, Superfan Dan, my other American counterpart, Roy Caviani from the King of Qatar. You know what I mean? I'm sure he put up his lions away. He's put up his tigers away, so he can come on the show. And Ian, of course, talking smack. Listen, I wanna start the show with this one, and of course I do have to There we go. I want to start the show with this right here. Oh no, hold on. Actually, I got to go back to that because I want to show the people this. I want to show the people this right here. We did a poll for you to vote. You know the polls are good. What are your thoughts on Dan Ashworth potentially leaving the club? Well, there's no potential. I mean, he wants to leave. And 143 people voted. I will tell you this: 25% voted that we should try to persuade him to stay, and 71% voted if he wants to go, let him go. So we're going to talk about that, of course, right now. Let's get started. I'm going to start with Paul. Obviously, today they put him on gardening leave and mowing lawns, etc. And I mean, this is not the first time. So this guy is building a reputation of he'll go for the best student, basically. And that's okay. Once he leaves, he's gone. It doesn't matter for us. I don't think he's done much other than bring Tonali in, and you know that situation, how that turned out. I mean, I don't know if they did their proper work in the background to understand what was going on with him. And I'm not necessarily blaming him. I'm just saying if he's going to take he's going to say that it's because of him that he came onto the club, then he needs to deal with the consequences of that ban. But what are your thoughts on this new development? Of course, Newcastle today putting them up for leave, and give me your thoughts, Paul.
Well, he's shown his loyalty, hasn't he, to Newcastle United? He's definitely put 2 feet into a project. He's seen it out over the 7-10 years he's been here. He's brought in 15, 20 players for us that are going to define Newcastle. Oh, wait, he's only been here 2 years. I mean, for God's sake, man, it's just a shambles. He's done more gardening than work, this guy. Honestly, it does matter. I mean, we've sold him a project from Brighton. He's come in. He had to do some gardening before he came to us. Then he's done some work with us. He's been lauded for getting deals done that had nothing to do with him. Sky News are saying, "Oh, isn't he great for getting Bruno Guimaraes done? Isn't he great for getting Sven Bottom done?" No, he didn't. He had nothing to do with those deals at all. Let's just get something straight.
Bruno was playing when he was wanking himself off in the garden.
So he had nothing to do with those deals. I think his biggest influence is probably Gordon. I think if you give him anything, in the Amazon documentary, there's a lot of his work behind there.
Even Gordon was nothing to do with him. Gordon was Eddie. Sorry. If any kids are watching, turn off or get me out of here because I've had a few tonight.
Oh no, we're all in trouble then.
Yeah, he's a knobhead. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's kind of like he hasn't been here long enough to make an impact on us. And what frustrates me about this chap is that the first sign of any club, like not just it could be in any club, but the first sign of someone like showing any interest in him, the first chance he's had, he's been like, "Ongoing, thanks, see ya." Like Man United fans have lauded this as it's like the biggest victory on the planet, and we're such a small club because we've done this for them and all this rubbish. I mean, Mark Goldbridge is on another planet how happy he thinks that this is going to make them the best club on the planet. Mate, I'm telling you right now, if he does half a decent job at Man United and someone like Real Madrid comes looking for him, he'd be gone from you. He's shown his loyalty, and that's just where it is. He just doesn't. It's all about the money by the looks of it. Like we said, he hasn't made much of an impact on Newcastle. If you're being honest. And to be honest, I'd rather have people in the club who care about the club and want to be here. Because, if you don't want to be here, mate, then in the nicest possible way, get fucked.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people are feeling that way. I will leave the mighty win at last because he wants to go on a rant. So I'm gonna let you have that rant lastly. Ian, what are your thoughts on this? Dan Ashworth getting put on leave.
I'm glad you've put me on now. Because I wanted to get this off my chest so I didn't interrupt everyone else. He is the archetypal fucking FA nonce, fucking blazer wearing fucking prick who's come in. And when he came in, do you know what it is? When he came in, I had so high hopes for him. He's an FA fucking blazer. And he's shown that he's got no loyalty to it. you know, you come into a project like our project, and what was evident from very early on was, you know, he had no personality and no bollocks. Tell you the person in our club that's got the biggest pair of bollocks, apart from Amanda Staveley, by the way, who hasn't even got bollocks, but her bollocks are as big as my fucking house. Yeah, is Eddie Howe. Yeah, and you could tell Eddie Howe was getting out from him. You know, Eddie Howe didn't want to get everyone slated Eddie when he didn't want to get rid of Chris Wood. But you know, he didn't want to get rid of Chris Wood because he needed 3 strikers. Yeah. At that point, when we got rid of Chris Wood, I think he only had 2 strikers, and we were looking for a third. We got rid of Chris Wood for financial reasons. We never replaced him, and that's not his fault because he wasn't there, to be fair, at that time. But he's never actually given Eddie what Eddie needed. He's given Eddie a load of backroom fucking players who have got potential. He's given him a player that got a player that I love. I've got his t-shirt on, Sandro. You know, he's given him Sandro, and I'm not. This is no slate on Sandro, and no slate on people who've got addiction issues. I've been there, I've seen it. I've got loads of mates who've got these issues, and the issues that he's got, although not physical, mentally are probably as bad as anything. You know, so it's not going to go with him. But that was his big player, and he's brought him in. He's been fucking banned for 10 months. So he's done the square root of fuck all whilst he's come into the club. All he's done is not get Eddie what he actually needed and what Eddie wanted. You know, it's been evident. But Eddie Howe, fortunately for us, is a gentleman. I would not like. I know everyone's like, oh, he's got no plan B. He's this, he's that, he's the other. Tell you what he is though. He's fucking all right. You know. And do you know what it is? I'd rather have a manager who's a fucking good person who can coach our shit players to become fucking wonderful players overnight, you know, by showing them a bit of respect and that. And who this season has put up with, at one point we had 13 injuries, 13 first team injuries and a suspension. And that little prick has done the square root of fuck all while sitting back and saying nothing. And to be fair, I really liked the other one as well Darren Eales when he came in. Yeah, but he as well needs to stop fucking smiling, grow a pair of bollocks, you know, and fucking stand up because he's done fuck all as well. The worst thing that's happened for me is that we've had them replace Amanda and Murdad. You know. They were the heartbeat of the team. But our club went from having no conversation between the club and fans to having the best interaction we've ever had for years and years. These fuckers have come in. You know, Darren Eales has done this again. He's done fuck all. Nothing. He's come in. He's smiled a lot. He went to America. He fucking talked a good game out there, and I backed him up after that, by the way. And a lot of people were saying, he talks a lot of shit. But that I thought was a really good exercise in America. I thought it was fucking brilliant, actually. You know, that for me was right at the pinnacle of where we were, and we were fucking going somewhere at that point. Then we got Tonali, then we got Tino, you know what I mean? And since then, they've all fucking hidden under a fucking small cock-shaped rock and done fuck all and left fucking Eddie out to take the shit off everyone. They have. You know, where have they been when Eddie Howe's taking these pathetic fucking questions off, you know, they've done nothing. So apologies for all the bleeps and the swears and all that. But do you know what it is? This is our fucking club. And these nonsense like him, the fucking skinny little runt, can get stuck in his garden, wanking off a gnome till 2016, get fuck all. And he's not. I hope
in time, has he?
Honestly, fuck him. I hope we don't let him go to Man United because they're a bunch of fucking pricks. And fuck him. That's what I've got to say.
There we go. Ian coming on with the heat. Mason, I'm sure is going to match it up. Mason, how you doing? How you feel about this?
A little bit paid off, considering he's got to Man United, where and I've still got the Glazers, but I know we've got Radcliffe. Considering with the football side of things, but the fact is, he did the same thing with Brighton when they were going through the project. Look at them now. He's doing the same with us. I mean, come on, man. Why would you want to go to Man United when it's a toxic fan base? Toxic fan base, toxic club, and he's only going there for the money. I've tried to remain calm these past few days, but the fact is, I'm literally raging inside. And it got even worse when that. I'm not going to say the word, but the girl of Gorbage's.
What United stand that Beth?
Why
Yeah, she doesn't know what she's talking about. Yeah,
she is an absolute. Oh, I'm not going to say it, but she is. Oh, I kind of say that. I kind of say some of the words. I kind of say some. Yeah, I could.
Don't get us. Don't get us canceled, Mason. Don't get us canceled. Whatever you do.
I'm trying not to get you I'm trying not to get you cancelled, but I know Mary's in the chat as well.
Well, she's delusional. That's just the way it is.
To be fair,
I know what you're talking about.
Delusional. I don't know. And the fact is, Mark Gorbage as well. He can't see anything. But the fact is, he's a freaking Forest fan who are going to more crap from Man United. He's only there for clicks. He's a die-hard Nottingham Forest fan. That's what I see him as. He's only going on Man United because he's a glory-seeking twat. That's what I say Mark Gorbage is, a glory-seeking twat, and he doesn't know what he's talking about now. Right. They're just embarrassing, man. Literally, it is coming out the region, but they just need the pipe down on it because it is getting pathetic. And for Ashworth, for what I've heard on another podcast earlier on, some of the stuff what was said by some of the people on that podcast, which made us a little bit surprised, little bit shocked. But the fact is as well, if he wants to go, then fair enough. Then if we want somebody else in, we'll probably get somebody in better, because if, as what Paul alluded to earlier on, if Real Madrid comes in, he'll do the same as Man United.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's yeah, no, it is the truth. I mean, when you see somebody that moves like this, I mean, come on, there's no comparison between Newcastle and Manchester United when it comes to a project for the future. There's no comparison. Now again, there are big clubs as well, so you can, but jumping ships like this and just being shady and all that is I can't accept that. But welcome, Superfan Dan. We haven't seen you on the insiders for a while, so now you're able to do it because of work, of course. So appreciate you coming on.
It's a federal holiday, so here I am.
Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. That is true.
Come on, it's President's Day.
That is right. That is right.
Superfan Dan, before Chris goes on, do you play the ding 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 ding?
No, sir.
If you don't, you should do.
You think I should get the banjo out, man?
Walking right.
All right, I'll see what I can do.
We're going X-rated tonight, Chris. Sorry.
Yeah, I know. I can see. I can't. I'm trying to steer the ship, but the ship is going down.
Where are you going, city boy?
Yeah. But no, Dan, tell me, man, what do you? Because you are pretty upset about this one too.
Well, I'm not upset. Let's. So I had the pleasure of meeting Amanda and Mayor Dad. I met Mayor Dad and Dan Ashworth when I was on Tyneside last May. I met Amanda and Mayor Dad again in Atlanta. I met Darren Eales in Philadelphia. As Ian said, I mean, that was a masterclass in reaching out and getting in touch with the fan base. I thought they did a great job in America. I think the fan events that they put on were fantastic. But I saw Dan Ashworth at the open training that they made available by invite. There must have been 300 of us there that day. But I saw Dan Ashworth way back in the corner, and I called out to him and waved at him, and he there was no reaction there at all. So as you know, being super fan Dan, I'm always a fan of more Dan in any club that I'm at. Big Dan Byrne and Dan Ashworth, great. But he's shown his true colors here. He left Brighton to come to us. As Paul said, he's now spent. I saw a meme earlier on Twitter today. He should have the Hanging Guards of Babylon by the end of this one, because I mean he's done more gardening than he's actually done work. If he wants to go, fine, but he's going to go on our terms, and that's the best part about it. I mean, as you heard earlier in the week, when being asked about the potential of a Dan Ashworth departure, the club said, "Look, we're well protected in terms of his contract," and I think that's going to show here in the next couple of weeks. You know, he's now asked to go. They've now confirmed he's on gardening leave. He's not going to go for cheap. If he does go, he's going to go on our terms. We'll get the 10 million for him, and they won't touch him until 2026.
20 million.
Well, no, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We're hearing his buyout is 10 million, but he has to be on gardening leave through the rest of his contract. He's only spent 2 years. His contract's until 2026. So there you go. Unless
it doesn't come off Superfan Dan, if it doesn't come off FFP, it's just coming out of our pockets. We've got deeper pockets than they can ever dream of having.
100%.
Debt-laden runs. Do you know what I'd do?
Yeah.
I'd leave him in his back garden, playing with his gnomes. You know what I mean? We're talking about him going to manure. His compost heap will be like a big fucking pile of manure by the time he's finished.
Absolutely. Yep.
Leave the fucker there. No, man.
If he doesn't want to be here, then fuck off. We don't need him. You know, we'll get somebody better in. You know, I'm sure that we've seen on all the social media outlets, we must have somebody lined up. We must have somebody that we've been talking to in the background. As soon as anybody got an inkling that Ashworth wanted to leave, well, then let's get a better one in. Let's get someone who wants to be here. Let's get someone who wants to be part of this project. You know, we all, as Paul and Ian have both said, Man United's a shambles right now. You can't get anything done around the Glazers. The Ratcliffe bought 25% for £1 billion. Our club was 300 million. And look at what we've got. Look at what we're capable of. And I've been saying now for the last 6 months, I've been saying, you know, we can't continue to say that injuries are an excuse. They're not an excuse. They're a fact. At which point, you know, at one point of the stadium, we had of the season, I'm sorry, we had 13 first players out. That's more than a starting 11. You know, we had 13 players out, and yet we were still competing in the Champions League. We were competing in the Carabao Cup. We were competing in the league and making do. How many of you have slated Matt Ritchie in the last 3 months about taking a spot on the bench? But who came on and scored within 2 minutes the other night? I don't.
Yeah, but that's
is he past it? Absolutely. But he came on and he did his job.
Yeah.
You'll never, honestly, Superfan Don, I'm telling you now, and the Mighty Win will tell you this, and Paul will tell you this, you will never hear a proper Newcastle United fan slating him. After he scored, and even before he scores, and even when he's warming up, everybody sings his name. Everybody loves him.
Yep.
After he scored, me and my Tommy, when we were walking out, we were walking down, and that's after we'd waited and clapped him off for one of the shittest performances I've seen in a while, because that's what we do.
Yep.
We were still singing that he's staying.
Yeah.
We were still singing he's staying 10 more years, and I'd rather have one of him than 100 Dan Ashworths and these other nobbers.
100%.
And do you know what it is? Like, yeah, he's not got the legs anymore, but you watch him on that table fucking football thing.
Yep.
Technique-wise, he's brilliant. And what he brings to the team is, I'll tell you, sorry for jumping in, and you're gonna, Chris, you're gonna ban us, but I'm gonna fucking tell you this now. Do you remember when I can't remember who it was. Oh, whatever. Who was?
Well, let's get back to that point. I gotta go. Cause Roy and Mighty Win, they gotta go. So think about that one. That's the same joke. That's the same joke you used on Mighty Win, by the way. I'm gonna defend him. You're old. You're old. You can't remember. Remember when he was trying to tell us something in the backstage? But yeah, we're gonna go to Roy. But first of all, I want to welcome Beer Bike into the member club. So please round of applause for him.
He's a member of everyone here.
I know he's supporting all the time. So yeah, I mean, and you're gonna get your chance to win a home shirt. At the end of February. So yeah, it as long as enjoy other perks as well. So I appreciate Beer Viking for becoming a member. Roy, what are your thoughts on this? You showed us a picture of you and Dan as well as Superfan Dan with Dan. Are you upset? How do you feel about this one, man?
The world needs more Dan. That's all I'm saying.
You're muted. You're muted, rookie. Oh no, you're not muted. I think your mic is messed up. I mean, we'll get back to you. We'll get back to you. I can't hear you.
Hello.
Oh, there we go. Now I hear you. Now I hear you.
There you go. Okay, so I met him in Saudi when they came to play Al Hilal December 22. Seemed like a decent man, and we had a few chats and everything nice. Never thought this would happen. I was upset a few days ago when we first heard the news, and then had a deep think, and I thought, fuck it. He did that to Brighton when he joined us. He's done it to us now. So, and when I wrote that little story in the group about having a hoe who cheats on her husband all the time, and then she leaves him, and she marries another guy she's a cheat on her husband with. He knows deep inside she's going to do it to him as well,
right?
And it's this, and vice versa, men do it as well. So I think he's joined a club that suits him. He's a prick. And he's joined a club of pricks. Prick club, prick fans. I've never seen. Well, okay, no, I lied. 95% of Man U fans are pricks, plastic little bastards. And I've lived in Qatar,
like this
Dubai.
one right here, like this one, like King Cantonado 7. You stink, bro. You stink. Go on somewhere, man. Get out of the.
You aren't even.
Leave him on because he might. Whoever he is.
Mate, I've lived my managers before Keegan.
Yeah.
Name the manager before Keegan, King Cantona. Who was the manager of Newcastle before Kevin Keegan? Go on.
Go on, Roy.
So I've lived in 5 or 6 countries anyway, and I've traveled the world. Honestly, everywhere I went, if I see a Man U fan and I speak to him for 5 minutes, I know he's a prick. So it's in the blood. You have to be a dickhead to support that team. It's just, honestly, I'm not kidding. 95%. So there is about 5% of them are decent.
If we get 20 million for that little no mark, I will be.
I'm happy. I'm happy with the money. I mean, okay. Everybody almost when they joined Newcastle in the since the takeover, we're excited about this project. That's what he said as well. Yeah. Project. You leave the fucking project after 2 years, you twat, and you join Man U. You joined Man U because of more money, you prick.
Yeah.
But you know what it is? The money he could have, if he'd have turned around and said, "Give me more money," we'd have probably given him more money. But the fact that he's played it like that, we don't need him. We don't want him. He's done the square root of fuck all anyway since he's been here. Do one. See you later.
Well,
better. Onwards and upwards.
Well, yeah. Well, we've had what? January, summer, January. So we've had 5 windows since the takeover, 5 transfer windows. Look at the one since he joined, and look at the 2 windows before he joined. And last summer, I don't care what anyone says, including this gentleman here, our last summer transfer window was utter fucking shit. It was shit. It wasn't planned properly. Because I would say that if we're not in Europe, so if we finished 8th or 9th last season, and we had that this summer window, I would be okay. We were in the Champions League, and we still had shitty players in the team, and we had to get a right winger. We needed a left back, and we had to
centre
compete.
forward, centre back.
So all this stuff. So what he does, another right back. We've got fucking 10 of them. Left back who doesn't get a game. Another one on loan. Sell Maxi, and get another one. Left back who plays. Why do you sell someone 20 million and then buy another one for 40 million? Okay, he's good for the future, but we're in the Champions League. We need both of them. So he could have got Barnes and kept Maxi.
The lack of signings has caused the injuries and potentially ruined football players' careers because we're playing them injured. We're playing them too soon. That's how important this is. That's how bad this is, you know.
Yeah. And what's happened is, if you look at the other teams in the league, all of them. If you look at the 17 teams, take City out because City are a bit weaker than they were last year. They didn't need to buy players that almost like a complete squad. So you look at the other 15 teams who survived, who are existing since last year. Every team has got a stronger starting 11, except us. Every single team, and that's why we're not matching their results. Not because we're unlucky. Injuries happened because he kept playing the same 11. Because 3 out of the 4 you bought don't start. So who bought these players? Was it Eddie Howe or? Well, I don't think it's not him. So it was Ashworth. So, and usually decisions like this is not made by one guy sitting in like a dictatorship. I will buy this man today. No, it doesn't work like that. It's a committee. It's like 6, 7 of them. We've seen it. We've seen it when they got Gordon. So someone sitting there thinking, yeah, we're going to build for the future and buy this 19-year-old and send him to Holland.
And also, Roy, let him buy for the future if he's going to stay around.
Well, he's not staying, is he? Twat.
No, exactly.
No, he's not staying.
Yeah, he can buy for the future for Man U because I know they're plastic bastard fans are not gonna fucking wait for the future. They want it now.
They want it now. That's their problem. That's their problem. They want everything today.
Another thing is there's a difference between buying a player for like 600,000 from Ecuador and send them to your team in the league, play him for a few games, kicks off really good, and then you're finishing mid-table.
Right.
Man U is not going to work like this. They want 60, 70 million players every possession.
I got to go with this guy. He's been waiting. He's probably smoked 20 cigarettes waiting to have his word.
Is he?
The mighty win. No, the mighty win. He said he wanted to go on a rant. So he's an old guy. We gotta just do whatever he wants, man.
Get your vape.
He's not even that old.
Get the popcorn.
He's not even that old. He just looks like he's been. He looks like a piece of wood that's been in the.
You're muted, man. There we go.
Now I've got a totally different rant.
There you go. Go ahead, man. The floor is yours.
All this bollocks about Ashworth. Why do Man United want Ashworth? Why did Paul say at the very start, if Real Madrid come in for him, he'll leave Ashworth? Why do Man U want him? Why do Real Madrid want him? Because he's the best in class. That's why they want him. That's why they're going to pay 20 million for him, which is unprecedented for a director of football. And whatever you want to say, Dan Ashworth must be fucking good at his job.
What's he done though?
Let him go.
We've got a syndrome going on here now. It's like when your girlfriend leaves you for a richer, more successful, better-looking guy.
Never happened.
All of a sudden, she's not the most beautiful girl in the world that you thought she was. She's a fucking slag. And that's exactly what's happening with Ashworth. We're on about gardening leave. You're saying keep him on gardening leave for 2 years. Do you think in that 2 years he's not going to be doing anything? Do you not think in the 2 year, well, in the 6 months it ended up when he was on gardening leave, when we went to get him from Brighton for the very reason that he was best in class? Do you not think that those 6 months he had on gardening leave was when he got Trippier, Botman, Bruno lined up?
No way, man. Nothing.
I'm telling you.
That's your rent. Is that your rent? That's a weak rent, man.
The rent's coming later.
Oh,
but we finished 4th last season.
No to do with it.
The two flagship signings in the summer, which were made to improve our squad, Tonali and Barnes, have been unavailable all season. So we were never going to improve from last season. On top of that, we've had unprecedented injuries, which have obviously made us weaker than we were last season. And he brought in Hall and Livramento, not as starters, but as backups. Now, Tino's come on a ton. As far as Hall's concerned, I still think the reason we haven't been playing him is because, bear in mind, at the time we had Burn Target. So Hall was bought not for the immediate, but for the future. And I'm sure his transfer fee must be dependent upon, well, we know it's dependent upon quote unquote performance-related stats. So I reckon with Hall, he can play so many games. If he plays more than so many games, his fee is going to go from 25 to 35 million, something like that. So that's why.
What's your point, Dylan? What's your point? Because it sounded like you were saying he's absolutely brilliant, and then he's done.
Yeah, man. No, you sold it. You sold it to me. You got to go on a rant.
Why would Man United want him if he wasn't top of the tree?
But they haven't been making great decisions lately, have they?
Real Madrid come call and he'll go.
Real Madrid aren't after him.
No.
Real Madrid were after him. Did get him.
But
I'd rather have the guy. I'd rather have whoever's doing that job in Liverpool.
It's all so agree. We can talk about replacements till the cows come.
Well, but hold on, Derek. I think that
what I'm saying is Dan Ashworth is obviously, whether we think it or not, in the football hierarchy, he's respected as being the best in the world. You got Man
I'll give you that he's respected, that he's got some sort of a reputation getting young players from South America and needing to leave their country.
No. Dan Ashworth had nothing to do with the South American players that went to Brighton.
So he didn't have that. So why did they get him?
Because Jeffrey Bloom, who's the chairman of Brighton, he owns an American betting company.
Jeffrey.
Okay, but so listen. That's
his big customer base involves a lot of Latinos who love to bet on the South American leagues. Mm-hmm. So he's got to make sure that when he's setting these up, he's not going to be losing.
Hold on. I think one of the main reasons
that are constantly monitoring the South American leagues. So all of the signings from South America, no doubt Ashworth had something to do with it, but by and large, they weren't bought on Ashworth's recommendations. They were bought on his American odds setters recommendations.
Well, I think, Derek, that you can be the greatest at whatever you're doing, but if you're not a good person, then you're not a respectable person, somebody that they can trust. Nobody's gonna want to get you. Yeah, they got Man United. Man United got him, but then he's not. He's building that reputation. And I will say,
this is to do with
Man United at the top of the tree. Who's going to want them? Man United have seen that he was
Yeah.
quite happy to up sticks from Brighton.
I understand that. I understand that.
And put
But
the work
listen,
for a fair amount
but
of
you
money,
got to.
and
I
they
understand
still
that,
want to.
but hold on. But you got to understand that the Toon fans are feeling betrayed by a guy
Absolutely, and
you're supposed to
I
have
agree
signed.
with that.
You're supposed to have a project, and you include this guy. You trust him because obviously he's been in the meetings, knowing every single thing that needs to be known of the plans, future plans that happened before. And so now,
And
all of a sudden,
he's knowing what's going on here, by the way, for over a year.
Yeah.
Because we've
And if we
known
put him
about
on
this
2
for
years
over a year.
gardening, if we put him on 2 years gardening leave, he still knows what we're doing. And don't tell me he's not still.
No. But Derek, you put him on 2 years gardening leave, and all Newcastle have to do is block his signal wherever he lives, like they block it in the ground, and he'll not be able to do fuck all.
Really?
Well, yeah. You try getting 3G even in St James's Park. You've got no chance. That's actually a joke. So.
A lot of this is a lot of this with Dan Ashworth is a lot of, Jim Radcliffe knows him, they're quite friendly. There's a lot behind that. In my opinion, if Dan Ashworth is that well sought after, as in like director of football terms, then knowing that Man City have all this money in the world, knowing that Arsenal have a lot of money, why aren't they knocking on our door? Why weren't they knocking at him? So he can't, I know he is, I get he's like well thought of, but no one else has really come knocking our door down for him until Man United.
Well,
that's only because Radcliffe's there.
The connection at Man United is actually David Brailsford, who we worked with at the FA, who's just been brought in by Ineos. So that's the Man United connection, and so David Brailsford obviously rates him as well.
A blazer.
I just think I can totally understand the fury in Newcastle fans about him going, but that doesn't alter the fact that he's obviously. I'm not involved in the super hierarchy of football finance, etc. But obviously, he must be bloody good at his job. Twat, yes.
Well, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. We'll have to see.
And by the way, who of all of us here? I mean, I'm retired now, fair enough. But if I was working and I got the job to go and work for a much bigger, much better company,
who says they're much better? Come on, Derek. Come on, Derek. They're not. They don't have the projects that we do.
That's the thing.
They don't have the project we do. Their project.
He's just going for, and listen. It's okay. He's going for money, and he's going because he's got a friend there to persuade him. That's fair. That's fair. I don't like. Let's keep it on. What time is it in the UK? About 10, 15. Let's stop bullshitting around. Let's stop bullshitting around. You know what I mean? Yeah. Go ahead, Roy.
His job is going to be much harder over there. First of all, the demand of their fans is much higher. Yeah. The second thing is, what is he going to do? Buy 100 million players, which everybody knows about. So you don't need a director. You just need a TV at home. You'll see it. So he's going to go look for players in Ecuador or New Guinea, Iran, whatever. No one's going to see them.
I wouldn't mind betting that if Ashworth had been at Man U for the last 2 years, they wouldn't have been buying the players they're buying now. The players have already bought, the ones that have cocked up.
Yeah, well, he would have had Lewis Hall then.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
There you go. There you go.
Tonali there and banned.
Yeah.
So,
well, listen.
To be fair though, with Tonali next season, he's going to come in really good.
Out
of the four, that is the best one.
Yeah.
But again, we'll see about that. We gotta touch on something else. But anybody else want to have their last piece on?
Yeah, I've got one more last piece.
Okay.
I'm not doubting his abilities. I think he's great with what he's done with Brighton. I don't know what he's done with us, but Brighton and England. So I think he's really good at what he does, but he's a twat. He's just.
I'll go along with that. Absolutely, all day he's a twat as far as Newcastle fans are concerned.
you'll Man U fans will look at us now and say, "Oh, look at those Geordie, bit of Geordies. They're all jealous because he's leaving. He's going." No, we're not jealous. You can have him because he is a prick, just like you guys. You deserve each other.
It was like us.
I joined Newcastle United for the project. This is the sleeping giant. La 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 la. I've joined them now. I'm gonna make them back. You've left us, you twat, for more money. That's all he's done. That's all it is. That club, Man U, is a mess. It's a mess. They've got 100 million. They've got 100 million pound players who can't get a game, man.
Yeah. If you're trying to say he's no good at his job, that's where I differ.
No, I don't think, Derek. I don't think anyone's saying he's no good at his job.
No, he is. He's good at his job, but he's a twat. He's dishonest.
So we agree. We can finish on agreeing to agreeing to a certain extent.
I'm never gonna say he's not good at what he's done. I'm just gonna say he had a shitty summer transfer window with us. But he is good. I look at Brighton, amazing.
Hey, and honestly, Roy, he could be the best person. He could have been the greatest thing that's ever happened to Newcastle United if he'd have stayed 5 years.
Yeah,
but you can't see he's good at his job. You can't see he's good at his job because he's left the job before he's even started the job.
He's not willing to give it 5 years. Yeah, he's not willing to give it 5 years.
This is my point. He joined us for 5 years. He's fucked off after 2 years, having done the square root of fuck all, having actually pissed off the best thing that's happened to our club, which is the manager, for me. You know, behind the scenes, we don't know what he's done. He probably has set up a really good system behind the scenes, and that hopefully he has. And do you know what that'll mean? That some other fucker can come in and take his job and stand in and walk in like Aminello or whatever he was called that we were after before him, or any other fucker, walk into it and smash it, because he's set it up so nicely, and that fucker can be primming his fucking primroses in his back garden. That's where, if it doesn't go against FFP, and it's only 20 million we're going to get, 20 million to our owners is fucking nothing. Keep him in his garden. Fuck him.
I'm gonna let Mason and then Superfan then just have their final say.
£100 million striker.
There we go. Okay, I'm gonna let Mason and Superfan then have their last say on this Ashworth situation. Mason.
The fact is, right with Brighton, they've got I think it's David Weir. Look, I feel like he's done a better job than Ashworth, don't get me wrong, but the way Brighton have been doing ever since Ashworth left, first time in Europe and then probably gonna be in Europe again.
Yeah.
We need somebody like what Brighton have done. Forget about Ashworth. Get somebody in like that David Weir at Brighton, and he'll do much better. Because I feel like what he's called, technical director will probably, if we get a new their technical director, just like ours, will do a lot better than what Dan Ashworth's done. Because Man United, I'm not gonna kick off again, but he's gonna just,
can I say
make his whole career go down the slide.
Quickly, Roy.
I got one more thing. What he did with Brighton, Borussia Dortmund does, Ajax does it, Benfica does it, Porto, Portugal, they all do it.
Yeah,
they find cheap players and sell them and play high caliber football like Dortmund, and sell and make money and sell and keep the high level.
And to be honest, that's not personally what I want as a team. I don't want to be a selling team. I want to be a championship type winning team.
You've got and Chris, you've got to do that. Like Roy says, you've got to do that. And I'm not going to go at Derek here, but I love the mighty win, and he knows me.
No, I know we love the mighty win, man. You know he's a cranky old guy.
And to be honest, what he's saying, in essence, I completely agree with. He is one of the best at his job. The problem is he's decided to be another Blazer and another Blazer and join the Glazer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's never.
Hold on. Let's go with Dan so we can move on real quick.
Don't let the door hit you on where the good Lord
on the way out.
And that, to be honest with you, that's why I'm going to go with a comment Jules that put the Juice put on there. Not everything is a conspiracy. And
correct.
he goes on and move on. And to be honest with you, that's the way. Obviously, we're gonna react to you know, to the way he's living our club, and you know, and this is a channel where everybody can come on and have their say. Whether you agree, disagree, it doesn't matter. You know, we're at the end of the show, we're gonna be done, crack a bottle of something, and virtually cheer with each other. So, you know, the Mighty Win he's a little upset right now. We're gonna let him cool.
The Mighty Win is not upset. The Mighty Win
He's a real man.
But you know, Ashworth is his mate, man. You can't, when people talk about your mate, you got to defend them 100%.
He goes. That's it. No, we move on.
That is right.
Well,
I want to talk about.
Is one of the, listen,
we've got to be bigger than this. You know,
that is true.
Man United fans watching this chat now will be loving it.
You're right.
Yeah, true.
Right.
True. I will agree with you on that. We got to be bigger than that. We got to move on. And but we got to defend our best interest. He wants to go, let him go. But
let him go.
We got to get some money. And
let
actually, one thing I will say, you know, people say that 25, 21 is a lot of money. Well, Alan Shearer, our hero, tweeted this, and he said, "Is that all? Is that all that we're going to ask for? 21?" Because meaning, you know what I mean? You got to get the most out of it. You know what I mean? And stick it to him. It's as the one Alan Shearer did it himself.
They wanted.
Sorry, you're probably going to make a point to me that we were desperate and wanted Lingard, and we were saying to him, "Can we do a deal? Because we just need a player because we're in dire need." And they were like, "Yeah, you can have him, but at a ridiculous price," and made it really difficult for us.
Paul,
you know, so make it difficult for him to have him.
16 million for a 3-month loan.
Ridiculous.
Listen, we gotta
fucking asses.
We gotta talk about the table a little bit and the team's performance over the weekend. Now that how long has it been since we played?
Do we have
48? Well, I mean, yeah, I know it's you know, we don't want to. We want to skip. It's like me, you know, when we lose, I don't watch highlights.
A point's a point. We didn't lose anything.
Yeah.
Off the go.
No, I don't.
Well,
it hurts me, man. I'm not going to do something that hurts me. It hurts me to watch.
Chris, I tell you why me and Win after the Mighty Win have to watch the highlights, and Paul, because we're fucking there, and you can't see fuck all from when you're out. When you come on stuff like this, you've got to watch it on the telly to find out whether what you're saying is actually right or not.
Yeah. No, you're right. But I mean, what are you guys' thoughts on the table right now? What should honestly, because I've been saying for weeks that you know that we're gonna get there, that we got to beat this team, that team, we're gonna get there. But honestly, I've said that actually a few months ago. So now things are not looking better. We are actually we're not 7th anymore. We're 8th, I believe, on the table, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 8th, 37 points. Brighton is on top of us. With Man United as well, and Tottenham 47. Yeah, Tottenham are 10 points away from us. Damn. Well, you know, Dan, you say that our players are knackered, and that should be it. You know, that's the reason. I don't think that's the sole reason of why we haven't been performing. I don't agree with Dan Burn being the scapegoat this game or the last game. I think he was really at fault the game against Luton. But after that, I think that he made a few mistakes here and there, but it's not really the end of the world. Dubravka made a mistake, you know, and Miggy Almiron. Miggy Almiron had me sick all game. And I'm gonna tell you this: I said it on the American Magpie show. His teammates are frustrated.
Gordon,
you can see
absolutely nuts. Do you see
Gordon Trippier?
Yeah,
Trippier. You know, and so it's not only Dan Barron, of course, but you know, do you guys solely believe is because they're just knackered and we don't have nobody like that super fan? You gotta stand by what you say.
Okay.
You think that?
So bring on Livy. Sure. Bring on Tino Livramento. Bring him on at left back. Why? Sure not. Why not? Okay. Or switch to a back three and bring in and let Byrne play just that section of the pitch, because he can't do both left center back and left back. He's not a natural left back. He did wonders for us last season. He's 32 years old. Bring on Levy. Let's see what we know what he's capable of. We've seen it.
Right.
But he's not getting on the pitch for whatever reason it is. We always bring him on in the 60th, 70th, 80th minute as a sub. Let him start. I think Byrne needs a rest. I think Miggy needs a rest. The problem is you look at that bench and go, who else you got? Are we going to start Matt Ritchie?
But
Fine. Let Matt Ritchie play the first 30 minutes, and then we'll bring Miggy on.
If the thing is that we were tired, then that would be one of the solutions. But I will say this: it doesn't matter whether we are tired, whether we are, whatever the reason is. My problem here now is that Eddie just won't make a change, and that's my concern. Not even in the style of play. You know, if you're so tired, if players are getting hurt left and right, why do we keep playing the same way? If Byrne obviously struggles at times, I'm just going to put it that way. He's not the man at fault. I'm just saying at times you struggle with a left back that doesn't have pace. Why do we not make a single move? That's my single question.
That's the question. True.
That's something.
Because the style he play.
Because I've been saying this, Ian. I've been saying this. If they are so tired, wouldn't put somebody that is fit and energized, wouldn't that just maybe it's not a better footballer, maybe it's not the one you like, but wouldn't just the fact that they have the energy to come in the match, wouldn't that help the team being tired, quote unquote tired? Anybody that wants to take it on?
So I've been on here and on other places and stuck up for Dan Byrne because Dan Byrne's getting picked. That end of story. Dan Byrne's getting picked. I'm not going to go into I'm going to go into it again. The treatment that Dan Byrne's getting off a certain section of our fans is disgusting.
Right.
Which some of you lads won't have heard, but fucking I'm there and I hear it and I turn round and not just me, but like put it this way. When that goal went in, which was fuck all to do with Dan Byrne, really. Yeah, he got done for pace. He's going to get done for pace. My fucking wife would do him for pace. I'd do him for pace, and I've got no legs, and you know what I mean? Like, fucking Mason would do him for pace. Fuck me. Mighty Wynn would do him for pace. You know what I mean? he turns like the Jabrugga Ferry, you know, but what he does bring is he is great defensively, which people deny, but just look at the stats, you know, clearances. I can't remember. Paul will probably know better than me. Like, 4 clearances, 4 fucking aerial duels, whatever. He's always going to be lacking on the offensive side of things. But the way we play, if you actually watch the game, we play with a back three a lot of the time because Trips basically plays as a right winger and Miggy steps in as a number 10 or number 8-ish, and then we overload that side of the pitch.
Yeah.
The reason that Dan Byrne's getting stitched up, as everyone said multiple times, is because we haven't got Big Joe or Joe Willock with the legs to get back.
But with Joe Linton, we still had the same issue.
No, it's not nowhere near as bad. Like nowhere near as bad because Big Joe would get back. He'd get done for pace every now and again, but he's always going to get done for pace. But as often as he'd get done for pace, he would get his. I used to go to Tommy like I'd go Gadget legs, and it'd be like, you know, Inspector Gadget's leg would go ring, and he'd get his leg in. He'd get done for pace, but he'd get back. But he's not now got when Big Joe and Joe Willock were playing out there. Either one of them had the legs to get back. Big Joe, a lot of the time, he would cut it off before it got anywhere near him, you know. Also, you look at the goals in the last... Since Big Joe's been gone, if you analyse all the goals, I reckon 90% of the goals that have been scored against us have been due to errors up front or in midfield that have caused it. And if you want us to, as much as I can't be asked, I'll go back and look at it all from start to finish and tell you why, because it's all coming from a lack of legs in the midfield. Unfortunately for me, and I fucking love Sean, but Sean Longstaff at the moment's a passenger.
Yeah.
Right? You might as well play me.
So right. I agree with you 100%. I do.
The ball. So Sean Longstaff plays on the right hand side, yeah?
Yeah.
The ball gets won on the right hand side. It gets switched to the left wing, where there's an overload of whoever's on the left wing and a left back running. You've got fucking Zabrugga Ferry, at left back, not knowing whether he's coming in or out because he's a fucking centre back. He's not a left back, right?
Well, but okay, so if the problem is the midfield, I think the Mighty Wing comes on here and he defends his stance on the midfield is the problem.
Yeah.
Why won't Eddie? Let me ask you, Derek. Why won't he make a change? You say Shar is played in the midfield. He can play in the midfield. Lewis Hall has played in the midfield before, but obviously he doesn't trust him. He doesn't want him.
No,
Lewis Hall's about the money, isn't it?
As I say, I think the reason Lewis Hall's not being picked is because of this contractual thing.
Correct.
Right? So, apart from Lewis Hall, who does he play?
Shar? You said that. You can play Shar.
No,
Right?
well, that's what I would do. Eddie's never going to do that.
But no, I mean, if you have, well, yeah, I mean,
Charles one of the best centre backs in the Premier League, isn't he?
Play Livramento at left back. That's what the big clamour's for. This is me rant, by the way.
Okay, there's you go. That's your rant. Go ahead.
The big clamour is to play Livramento at left back. Livramento got skinned of Benny when he came on against Luton, and they should have won the game with the cross he put over. Livramento got skinned by Many against Forest when he came on, got the ball across, it should have been converted. So Livramento is not going to stop that happening. But I am just fed up to the teeth with Newcastle supporters now being so fickle that they can't see the nose in front of their face, which is it. Yes, we finished last season, we finished 4th. Fantastic season, best season I have ever had as a supporter. This season, injuries have absolutely decimated us. So Eddie's had no choices. No choices at all. And it's time the fans started waking up and smelling their coffee and realising that.
And we're fucking top half.
Exactly.
I've been saying
No. I have a problem with that.
Within a minute of the semi-final of the Carabao Cup.
Hold on. I listen to me. I'm always gonna have an issue with somebody telling me I need to be happy because we tied a game or because we got our mid-table. That's not a winner's mentality. That's not the way. That's not the mentality of a big club. And I don't want to hear Mike Ashley. I don't want to hear we never won a title.
No. It's not about that. It's about the fact that we've been decimated, right?
Okay.
You say it.
Who you win?
You say it. He was going to say what I'm saying.
People say you can't keep on using, especially you, Chris. You can't keep on using.
I never said no. See, that's wrong. I never said don't use it as an excuse. That is one of the reasons.
Injuries cannot be used as an excuse.
I never said that.
But it can be used as an excuse when you've got our FFP limitations in the transfer market. When you say that the players were brought in to strengthen last season's squad.
And so let me ask you this. Why did we beat and eliminated Manchester United, Manchester City? Why did we beat Arsenal? Why did we beat Chelsea? Why did we beat Manchester United in the league? Why did we beat PSG twice? Twice, I said.
We beat those teams.
Why?
You know why we beat?
In spite of injuries, because we prepared different.
No. When did we do that?
What do you mean? This season decimated with injuries.
When did we beat Manchester City's B team with our B team?
In the cup.
When did we beat Man United with our B team against their A team? And when did we beat Arsenal?
This season.
Before December.
In the cup, though.
Yeah, but I
And
mean,
it was
PSG.
before December.
Come on, we got to remember the whole entire season.
Before our players had used all the petrol in the tank. We were
Nah,
knackered.
man. Yeah, that cannot be an excuse, Derek. That cannot be an excuse, man. You can say,
honestly,
yes,
Chris,
one of the
Chris,
reasons
I'm
is
getting
injuries,
what
one of
you're
the reasons
saying.
is you're tired. But that
I'm
can
getting what
be.
you're saying, but over a season, these
cannot be an
same,
excuse.
these,
It is a valid excuse.
yeah, these players have like put everything in.
The most influential player on our side. I would sell Bruno tomorrow if we had to. I would sell Isaac tomorrow if we want to. The one player I would never sell is J7 because he is instrumental in that midfield in protecting the back four and keeping the press going.
Okay.
We've
Well,
got nobody who's doing that now. Nobody at
We're
all.
also getting a secret
Yeah.
weapon back, guys. The good thing we're getting
Yeah, but-
back as well is Joe Willock, and his
Yeah.
work rate gets
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
underappreciated. And I'm really looking forward to him come back because we have missed him a lot. Because he does a
I
lot.
think. Can,
He
can
does a
I
lot
just
of
say?
work.
hold on.
can I just say,
Let Paul. Paul hasn't said anything yet. Go ahead, Paul.
Yeah, no, yeah. You know, Willock does a lot of work between lines. He does a lot of defensive work at time. I know he's very good going forward, but he does a lot of defensive work as well. And we've missed that energy. That's what we've missed in midfield, that energy. You know, that's what we're saying about Sean. That Sean is like, you know, he's just running in treacle at times. Miley, bless him, he's done a great job, but he's not meant to be starting. He's ahead. It's great, but he's ahead. Bruno's the only real starter in that midfield, really. We're missing Joe, but we can't do anything about it. We need to, you know, hopefully use this money for Dan Ashworth to buy his contract. That'd be lovely. That'd be quite funny.
Who would you drop now, Paul? Would you drop Sean or would you drop?
I think that sounds harsh. It sounds harsh to Miley, but I think he needs some time because he can't keep playing. I love him. I'm not saying he's bad.
I think Sean needs more time than fucking Miley does at the moment. He's been
Yeah, no, at the moment I would agree with that. Let me
Longstaff.
Yeah, go ahead, Roy. You go ahead. Now go Dan, and then we go Mason.
I've got a little stat. Do you know how many games have we won without Bruno since he joined?
No, it's crazy, isn't it?
2.
Hardly any.
I think it's 0.
I think it's none actually.
None.
Yeah,
We've never won a game without Bruno.
I believe
In the cup, I think we are, haven't we?
he's an army knife, man.
Yeah.
He's everything in the midfield.
So he's 1 yellow away from 2 game suspension.
Oh yeah.
And I'll guarantee you we're not going to win any of those 2 without him. Especially J7's not there. So you got Longstaff and Miley. So Miley's going to look up to Longstaff as a partner. It's terrifying. It is. So
yeah,
I'm
I think
hoping the next game against
Bruno is playing better the last 4 games than he did the previous 8 because of this suspension. So he's not just running around like a headless chicken and going in where he shouldn't be. So he's having to think about things, and he's
being disciplined.
a bit more disciplined.
Yeah.
Well, he's been pushed a bit higher up the pitch as well.
Yeah.
Right.
When's that up? Is it 5 more games? Is that up? Is that just
totally wasting his
No,
talent?
I think it stays on.
We need a
Isn't it?
6.
Well, it's not going to happen. The thing is, I've got a solution for the Arsenal game.
Okay, quickly, go ahead.
Drop Longstaff, 3 at the back. So
Correct.
Dan Burn is one of the
But
back 3.
You know what?
And then Livramento on the left.
Respect.
So it's 5.
That is what I would do as well. But
That's it.
you know,
What
two great minds think alike. But
Whoa,
Eddie,
steady.
but Roy, I'm gonna bust your bubble, Roy, and
Yeah.
just say Eddie's not gonna make a single.
He's not going to do
change.
it.
So
If he,
he'll die by the sword, man. He'll die by the sword. That's just the way
Fair.
Eddie is.
should I do that?
okay, well,
I think we're making a
I'll
surprise.
tell you. No, I'll tell you what's good. If he goes back 4, even if he does with Livramento instead of Burn, but with a back 4, he's going to get battered as well. Saka,
want
it's Saka,
the,
mate. It's Saka. It's not one of those.
Let me go.
Not. Can I
Go
just
ahead.
say before I know you want to go to other people, but I'm just backing Roy here. it's not that we in our pomp, in our best with the bench, we go 4-3-3 with everyone fit and everyone ready. We give them a game. Right now,
Yeah,
we go 4-3-3.
it's not working, and it hasn't been working for months. We beat Forest. We were lucky.
Too tired. We're fucked.
Yep. We had a good half against Villa. Finished the game kind of finished the game off. We got battered the second half, and then there was a goal ruled offside, which we were lucky in. And if that goal went in, we wouldn't have won that game.
Yeah.
So there's a difference between win.
Hold on. Let me get to Super Friend then. Let me get to Super Friend because he's I want to hear his.
Yeah, come on, Dan.
I'm agreeing with Roy. I'm agreeing
It's a
with Ian.
fact.
I'm just sitting there going, we're knackered. Eddie's got to see this in training. He knows he can't keep running the guys into the ground. You would hope that maybe Tyndall pulls him aside and says, hey, we've got to switch things up. Arsenal's watched all of our film. They know what we're going to do if we go 4-3-3. Let's shake it up and throw something at them that they haven't seen from us before.
And they don't like that. Remember last season?
Right.
Yeah.
They don't like that. So see what we can do. I say drop Longstaff. I say you bring on Livramento at left wing back. You go to a back three. You play Livramento on one side. You play Trippier on the other side. You've got Bruno and Miley. As much I think Miley has been a revelation, and it's early. He's come on leaps and bounds this season in a season that he didn't ever expect to play as much as he's been playing. With the loss of J7, with the loss of J7, with the loss of Willock, with the loss of Tonali, who we brought in to play in that midfield with Bruno and J7. I mean, we were looking at the possibility of having Willock as a luxury. Now we're lost without all of them.
Nothing.
So you got to make do with what you got. We have no Wilson. We have no Isak. We have a half-fit Gordon. We have a just coming back from injury Murphy and Barnes. We're the walking wounded right now. Let's just give them a fucking match and put the best team out there that we can play. And if it's a 4-3-3, we're going to get smashed.
Yeah.
Do you bring Lascelles back into that back three?
To be honest, Ian, I'd think about it. I would sincerely consider it.
Yeah.
Play Cher as a sweeper.
Yeah.
Play Lascelles on the right. Play Botman on the left, and bring on Dan Burn. Fuck it. Play Dan Burn as a 9. Why not? Why not?
Derek's all over that.
Well,
Andrew says, great show, by the way. We are having a great show. So, you know what? Applause to everybody.
Ben can't use his heat, by the way.
Come on, man. None of the insiders. Clap your hand.
The numbers have been good, Chris. Numbers have been good.
Yeah. Numbers have been good, man. All because
Say thank you to all your friends.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. But I gotta let Mason talk because Mason is patiently. He's actually somebody that has respect for his elders. Everybody else here, not me. Mason, what do you think on this, brother?
I agree on what people say, but the fact is as well, it's what pees me off a bit is the favouritism, what goes around a few certain players. It happened at Bournemouth, and that's what cost him his job in the season when they went down in the Championship. I think I just did say that what cost him his job. Yeah, I did. I mean, it didn't help where I heard a Bournemouth fan say that he started Lee Smith team somebody else constantly, and they were playing absolutely diabolical. Liverpool, by the way. I mean, it cost him not just Musi, etc., but he's constantly doing it with Newcastle as well, which pays me off a bit. That's what cost for points against the likes of Luton and Bournemouth. But the fact is as well, Bournemouth are coming our bogey team, which is a little bit paid off, I know, because I don't know if Eddie Howe has a little bit of like he doesn't want to beat Bournemouth because of his favourite he's like his baby because he was there for like so many times apart from a little stint at Portsmouth. But I mean, yeah, I feel like when he needs to stand up on somebody like the favoritisms because it is going to cost him his job if he keeps playing against freaking Arsenal and puts him with Bakayo Saka, then
Yeah,
we are
10
screwed.
points out of 15. Burn v Saka, we've got 10 points out of 15.
But
That's
again,
yeah, he will. He can play him.
Um,
I'm going to do the catchphrase, Chris.
Go
If
ahead.
Dan Benner's fit, he starts.
That's our catchphrase always on this channel. If
Pisses people off, but it's true.
Yeah. Ryan's got a comment. Ryan Rowan's got a comment for the mighty win.
Ryan's got to come on here, by the way, Chris. Chris?
Ryan's been on the fans forum. He's been on the show before. Yeah. Ryan says, Ryan. Derek, judging by your age, I think you were alive the last time we won a trophy. You should have higher standards for this club and demand more.
Got nothing to do.
But you weren't alive. You're a young lad, man.
Hang on, Mason's saying there that his stubbornness cost him his job at Bournemouth. Nothing cost him his job at Bournemouth. He left Bournemouth.
Ooh.
And bear in mind, Bournemouth, and the time he was there, and this was through the back end was through COVID. He sold Aki to Man City, Wilson, Fraser, and Ritchie to us. And they didn't bring in suitable replacements. That's what cost him his job at Bournemouth. He sold his best players and he didn't have any money to buy replacements.
Yeah.
That a goal that should never have stood for Aston Villa.
Which I mean, you never know because actually the official word is that they left mutually. It was a mutual consent. So that can mean anything, to be honest.
Get on now, Ryan. Ryan's just commented there. Tell Ryan to get on now.
But you think about Eddie and saying he's stubborn, doddy. With the limited squad we've got, I reckon Eddie thought with 2 games against Luton, 2 games against Forest, and a game against Bournemouth, he could maybe get away with playing the squad we've had the way he had. I'll almost guarantee you that when we play Arsenal, he'll go to a 5. There you go. I don't think Shaw will be in midfield where I would like to see him.
No, he wouldn't be.
You put Livramento at left back, and if I had my way, he would sadly drop Longstaff because he's been poor lately. As has Miggy. I'm Miggy's #1 fan, as you know, but Miggy has been atrocious. And
there's one difference though between Miggy and Longstaff.
One of the reasons that Miggy has been so atrocious, in my mind, is there's no competition. He hasn't got anybody breathing down his neck, and everybody says he's got Murphy has only just come back.
Yeah.
Well, 6 games.
Big up Paul from the Tune Review, of course, on the chat. He said Shar will never play midfield under Howe. That's a direct shot at Derek the Mighty Win. So big up the Tune Review. The Tune Review is in the chat, ladies and gentlemen.
Can I say something about Miggy and Longstaff?
Go ahead, Roy. Roy wants to have a word.
I want to say something about Miggy and Longstaff. I've been battering Miggy for 2 years now, and Longstaff. And whoever's watching here from the Doha Mags know. Anyway, the difference between Miggy and Longstaff is Miggy is shit, but he gives you 110% a game. Back and forth. He can't shoot. He's got a foot like a rhino. And I thought he's got a shit right foot. He's got a shit left foot as well now. But he gives you 110%. Longstaff, lately, especially this season, you touch him, he's down like a fanny. He hides, disappears. 10, but you see 20 passes a game.
Yeah.
18 of them about 2 meters away for the closest lad next to him, which I could do. I'll do the same thing, and I'm about 100 years older than him.
In the centre
I'll-
circle.
So he needs to be dropped or a slap or something, wake him up. And people keep talking about, oh, he had that injury when he played that game against. When was that? 4 seasons ago. He's not improving. I think he's not really that intelligent as well. So, and he's not given 100%. And I think he's the one who's affected the most by not having competition, because now he knows he's getting a game no matter what happens. The only way for him to be dropped is for Eddie to go with 5 at the back, and he's the one who's going to be left out in the midfield, because Miley is 100 times better than him now. But we know what's going to happen. I've got a feeling we're going to see the lineup, and it's going to be the same one again, and we're going to get battered
again and again and again, man.
Mate, we're getting battered. I'm putting Saka as my fantasy team captain. I'm doing that now.
Anyway,
hold on, Ryan just joined us.
Ryan, hey,
Ryan. Another. I say he's American. I say he's American, but he doesn't.
I'm American in disguise.
There you go. So,
where did that beard come from, Ryan?
Pardon?
Where did the beard come from?
I've had this for like almost 2 years.
No,
now.
not that good though. It looks sexy, man.
I've gone up 2 points with it.
Look at next to Superfan Dan. You got a lot of work to do, man.
He's been growing up.
I'll never get there. Double at best.
Oh man, I cannot grow. I had to shave. My life is just full of shaving, man, because I grow a beard here and here,
Dan,
and it just grows about half.
Give me a month.
Yeah,
give me a month.
Oh no, you can't. But you look sharp, Roy. You can't. You're the king of Qatar, man. You can't mess it up.
I trimmed it a few weeks ago. I'll get it. I'll bring it.
But
back.
Ryan, I'm gonna put you, next to Derek. You guys, right there. And there's a Mexican. What is it called? Standoff. But I mean, you think that Ryan's a younger lad. He feels like we should be, focusing on the bigger picture. But Derek, you just, you're an old bull, man. You want to just take it one step at a time.
Derek's about the vibes and feel good.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Derek, right? You have to explain what that means. Derek.
Let him have his say.
Go ahead, Ryan. What do you think about this, man?
It's not even just that. I feel like it's just modern day football almost, where modern day English football fans, where it's like they prioritize like top 4 and they're all excited. Oh, we're going to attract the best players in the world, but the ultimatum is to win trophies. And I don't care that like we overachieved, like we got where we were, and it didn't progress at all. And you could say many factors about that, but we got dropped out of 2 cup competitions. That the English League Cup, oh my, like that one, we shouldn't have been out of that.
The
Champions League,
Carabao,
Carabao. Champions League, we were very close to that as well. But then people say, "Oh, robbery in Paris," but like every team gets bad decisions too. Every team gets injuries too. Like it's both boring excuses, and I get it, like it's fact too, but like I don't want to dwell on it. I want to continue getting better. This is the whole point of this project. Amanda Staley didn't come out and say we're not going to win. We're going to win the Premier League 5-10 years for a reason. So I feel like we should be on that level of standard that she has. Not saying also the people saying, "Oh, look where we come from." Like I'm sick of hearing that too.
There you go.
Yeah. I've got another opinion. You know why all this is happening? It's because we finished 4th. I think we finished 6th. Then none of this would have happened this season. And it would have been less pressure, less expectations, and we'll not. I'm not going to forget where we came from, because we had those shitty 15 years. Even the 3-4 years before actually was shit as well.
Yeah.
So, but I'm happy where we are now. I'm grateful for the ownership, and I'm happy we got rid of Ashley. So it's going to take a few years to catch catch up, and we're gonna get there. We're not gonna win anything for the next. Well, you never know what happens. Will happen in the FA Cup. We're that close last season in the League Cup final.
Oh, the FA
Played,
Cup.
I mean, who would have thought we played PSG twice this season, Dortmund twice, Milan again? It's amazing. Doesn't matter we won it or not. We're not going to win the We're not going to win the Champions League. We could have went to a group with a club from Latvia and some low league. Maybe we would have had Barcelona as the top of the group, and then us, and then a team from Latvia and a team from small team from France or Holland, and gone through. And then we play Real Madrid second round. What's the difference? We had our Champions League. It's
Right.
amazing. Top six games. No other team in the world has had those games because we played City twice, Liverpool twice on top of that. And Arsenal, how many times we played Arsenal? Once? Yeah.
Once. Yeah, we're about to
this
play.
weekend. Shit. Okay. I'll tell you what, we're gonna get battered, man.
just among
I'm not looking forward to this, but it's because
Sorry,
we beat them, didn't we, a couple of months ago, 1-0 with that dodgy goal.
Yeah.
And I we're gonna get battered, man. And
yeah.
God help Dan Burn, whatever he's gonna play.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna be fighting up for this.
Just to
Ryan,
go ahead.
In your wildest dreams, Ryan, do you think that I do not want to win anything with Newcastle United?
No.
No, you don't think it, or no, you think I don't want anything?
No, he
No,
thinks you're going to win.
I think you want to.
Absolutely, Absolutely, I want to. But we have to be realistic. And this season especially, and you keep on saying you can't keep using injuries as an excuse, man. You can't keep using injuries because they're a fact.
But no, see that's the thing. No, 'cause now you're throwing a dagger at me. You're throwing a dagger at me.
No, let him cook. Let him cook.
Go ahead. No, because I feel like you're throwing a dagger at me. I never said that's an excuse. I said you can use it as a reason as to why we're in this predicament, but it can't just be the end of life and just Luton beats us and every relegation team in the Premier League is going to, you know what, just let's turn around, bend over and let them know.
Precisely why we're in the situation we're in.
No.
If you want to play the injury card, the injury card does not apply to our left back and right wing.
Ooh, you better say it with your chest. Say it with your chest, Ryan.
Ding dong.
Was it the accent that did it?
Oh man. Oh look. Paul, this is what this is Roy. Paul from Turbia says we can say injuries, yes, but the 11 we have put on our recent games should have been good enough to win those games. That's just a fair point. Right? That's all I'm saying. So maybe since you hear it from Paul, you'll take his word for it.
Paul, you need to come on. Paul needs to come on.
I mean, to be honest, if it's not this, all I really watch is Paul, and Paul's got pretty.
You don't watch us, man?
No, I said this and Paul.
Okay, this and Paul.
Yeah,
I was about to say.
I don't really watch anything else, so I feel like I got the same kind of expectations as Paul. Where
we need to win. We must win.
Yeah.
What did we say, Chris, in the preview? I said in the preview that Bournemouth, if they've got half a brain, which they do, they've got a good manager.
Oh yeah.
If they watch Luton, they come with the same attacking mindset than Luton did, and that's exactly what they did. And they had the better of us in the first half. I mean, apart from Dubravka making 2 great saves, they should have been 2 up anyway. Yes, he's slipped for the goal, but those things happen. But they deserve, I don't like saying it, but Bournemouth deserved something out of the game. If we would have won that game, it would have been the biggest smash and grab for a long time. We were poor. We were really poor. We got lucky. Let's be honest, we got a lucky penalty. I know it is technically a penalty, but we got lucky with the offside and all that rubbish. The second goal, it's very lucky. Again, very lucky with the Richie header and it all coming off. Again, we would have been, I don't know, would we have been more angry or equally angry that we lost that 2-1 than the 2-2? It's a weird one, isn't it?
Yeah. Again, I don't know. It's nice to have a debate. It's nice to have a show, of course, so everybody can have their say. even if they don't make sense. Like Derek, I'm just playing, Derek. I'm just playing, man. You know I love you. I love you, old man. I love you, man. Listen, I do want to finish off. We're going a long distance on this show, but I do want to finish because something that it just caught my attention. Again, I'm on the younger side of things, and I never knew
You're not
that there was
really
such
though, are
thing
you?
as a.
You're not really
I'm
though.
30,
You're
man.
quite old.
I'm 30.
Yeah.
You know, I'm still there. I'm still good. I
I
got
told
cholesterol problems.
no,
I
Chris,
wish I was.
Mason's young. Mason's young.
I got cholesterol problems, so you can tell I've lived a full life already at 30. But listen,
I was
um,
before you go. I just wanted to say, just in case Paul's still watching from Team Review, yes, he should get on here. But what he also should do is fucking message his pal, because I've been looking for him. Me and Tommy went looking for him. I know he's not been very well and all that, but that's no excuse, because he needs to get on here. And
Paul's
I'll
great.
miss him anyway. He's a fucking top
Paul is
lad,
great.
Paul.
Paul is
Yeah.
a top lad, man. So
Legend.
yeah, no, when he
Best
has
man.
time, he'll be in the show, and he knows where I'm at. So
He
he'll
won't be on
he
the
always
show
has
if
an
I'm
open
on,
invite.
though, so just make sure that I'm not on when he's on.
Yeah. Listen, I never knew this thing existed. But I saw online that oh, Paul, I think you posted it, something about the 10-year season ticket
I
thing.
got my email from the club. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
the
and
it was the Ashley thing.
so you're telling me that this fucker hooked fans for 10 years,
It's
or
longer
was
than
it?
10 years. It's longer
And
now. It's about
it was
14 years now.
it was a frozen ticket price as well.
Yeah.
I was going to say my 10 years was up 2 years ago, but bear in mind, for those 10 years, the prices never went up once.
Yeah.
I mean, we're watching shite, so they shouldn't have gone up. But no, that's one of the few good things. Well, one of the only good things that Ashley did.
So you agree with that? That you could, you have your what is it? Is it a contract that you're set to pay for 10 years, or obligatory?
It's a desperate attempt to get people into the ground.
What?
So
And you said it was a desperate thing to get people into the ground.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
absolutely.
Were people not going at the time?
No.
Or what was going?
No.
They were
Still
People
good, but
weren't going. Yeah.
wasn't in the over 50s regularly then. It was sort of between 40 and 50 generally.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, it just caught my attention. I was like, damn, but hey, listen, we've had a great show. The good thing is that now, I guess that thing doesn't exist no more, right? With fans, or does it? The 10-year thing?
No, it's finished now.
This is the last one.
Like I
Okay.
say, mine was 2 years ago, but I know the kid next to me, his went on till the start of this season. So there must have
Right.
been some that joined late. But I think
Right.
they're pretty much all finishing now, I think.
Yeah. Hey, listen, we've had an amazing show. One of our best ones yet. This channel is growing quickly. And I
Lot
do
of
appreciate-
swearing. Sorry.
No, it's all good. We got all different types of people, and we'll let anybody in. That's what we let Ian in. But no, listen. I mean, all of us bring a different perspective. But the one thing is that we love Newcastle United from wherever we're at in the world, and that's what we bring. Just different types of points of views.
The one thing we all agree on,
Yeah,
is Dan Ashworth is a fucking knob.
it's a fucking what, Roy? Roy,
No,
what'd you say it was?
twat. No, I call him twat.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he
no,
said
he's
it.
a twat, but he's not a knob.
Oh
I
no!
thought you
Hey,
said he
don't
was a
say it.
prick.
Prick as
Don't
well.
say it out loud, man. We're gonna Derek's blood pressure is gonna go up if we keep
He's
talking
going-
about it.
Dan Ashworth loves his hydrangeas.
Yeah.
And
Get growing
he's-
your fucking flowers, you skinny little prick. Bye.
yeah, and he joined the club that he deserves to join. The prick
Exactly.
club, the
Fucking
prick
right,
plastic
Roy.
club.
There we
The
go.
prick
There we
plastic
go.
club. I can't honestly. I'm this close. When the Mackhams ever play against them, I'm gonna support the Mackhams against those bastards, and that's how much I hate those fuckers.
Well, did you see that Ian
Hey,
Gill
man,
got sacked today?
Yeah, I was laughing as well at that
yeah,
one.
yeah.
I'm bipolar, man. I'm gone bipolar with this football now. That's it. Did you watch? By the way, did you watch Sunderland Till I Die? The last one.
Oh,
Yeah.
no,
I watched
no,
it.
no, no.
Yeah.
Okay. I have to put my hand up. I watched it to laugh a bit, and then I had a fucking lump in my throat at the last one because I'm not going to tell you what happens, but watch it. Try to have an open mind when you're watching
No, ain't no open mind. I'm not watching nothing Sunderland.
the last episode of the last season.
Fucking virus on my damn
Nah,
TV, man.
it wasn't this, mate. But if I know we hate the bastards, but they're just like us, and they love their club. They are pricks.
Yeah, they do.
But they love the club
Yeah.
just like us. And
Yeah.
a few years ago, we were similar to where they are now, and they're suffering. And just watch the last episode. I love the Northeast. I love the Northeast. Fuck those bastards, man. Man.
Yeah.
Man.
And we'll hope that Sunderland stays that way. Anyways, we'll see you
I
guys.
hope they stay where they are. I hope they stay where they are. Right?
Please smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't already done to the channel. You know, we have shows every day. Tomorrow we have the Fence Forum, so you can come on and have your say. Anybody can come on and have their say, and of course, talk about Newcastle United. If you want to win a shirt at the end of the month, it's actually next week or something like that. You know, February is a short month. You can become a member of the show. Click the join button. Join the membership, and you will be able to get a shot at winning a home shirt. I don't even have the home shirt, but I think I'll wait until Adidas does a better job. But anyways, we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.
Oh, Dan Ashworth.
Yeah, fuck him.